friends, welcome back. As most of the friends and families are going for apple picking, I have thought of a recipe which is applesauce bread. Believe me, this is the best applesauce bread that you will bake and try. So, thanks to my niece and nephews who went for apple picking and shared these apples with us. If you are buying it, you can get the Macintosh apples or the Gala apples or the Granny Smith. But we got these and we are baking the applesauce bread out of these. For the recipe, you will need 3 baking cups of all-purpose flour, 4 large or 5 medium eggs at room temperature, 1.5 cups plus 2 tablespoons of sugar. Over here I have 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half teaspoon of ground cinnamon powder, and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Once again, it's baking soda, not the baking powder. And this is optional. I have chopped walnuts and we will use it 1 to 2 cups. And we will also need 1 cup or 8 ounces of vegetable oil, or you can also melt 2 sticks of butter and then let them cool down to add it to the recipe for the bread. Here I have oiled 2 baking loaves. Yes, we will be baking 2 baking loaves of this bread, one to eat and the other one to share with family or friends. Happy fall! For the recipe, we need 3 cups of homemade or store-bought applesauce. We got these apples and we are going to make homemade applesauce. So for these, I have to take 12 of these apples, peel them and cut them into pieces. So let's get started. For roasting the apples, we need the oven to be preheated at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. We have to cut, core, and place these in a oven-proof baking dish. We will need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon powder or nutmeg powder. You can be creative. You can add some ginger powder on top of it, some herbs like rosemary or thyme. We are keeping it simple and just adding these few ingredients and roasting our apples in the oven to make the homemade applesauce. So let's get started. So friends, I have peeled and then cored the apples and now I'm cutting them into 1-inch small pieces, and I'm gonna put them in this dish and sprinkle 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and then toss them in it first before adding the salt, butter, and other spices to it. So here, these apples are cut into 1-inch of pieces and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to it and 2 tablespoons, and then I'm gonna toss them with the lemon juice. I'm also adding some ground cinnamon. You can just eyeball. I have only half teaspoon. Also adding a pinch of ground nutmeg powder. In a pan, I have taken 2 ounces or 4 tablespoons of butter. It has melted and I'll just wait for a minute and then add all the apples which are marinated with lemon juice, allspice powder, nutmeg powder, cinnamon powder to the butter. As the butter has melted, I am lowering down the flame, adding all the apples to it. I'm gonna raise the flame and then try to saute the apples for 3 to 4 minutes. Over here, we also have to add 1/3 cup of honey, or you can substitute it with maple syrup. or use just plain sugar if you don't have any of these. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of honey and then the rest just the white granulated sugar. And I'm using some honey. It smells so good. The oven is already preheated on 425 degrees Fahrenheit. In few minutes we have to put it in the oven and roast them for 30 minutes. We also have to add just a pinch of salt to it. So as far as we are talking about being creative and making your homemade applesauce, I have this organic ground ginger powder, or you can use crystallized chopped ginger to it. So I'm using just a little bit, which is I think 1/3 teaspoon of this ground ginger powder, making it more flavorful. Wow, it smells so good. One for 25 minutes. After 25 to 30 minutes, I'm just using the potato masher to mash them while they are hot. You can also put the room temperature mixture in the blender and puree them and let them cool down before adding it to our bread mixture. Over here we are mixing the all-purpose flour and all the dry ingredient, which is salt, baking powder and the cinnamon powder together. Give it a mix. And what I'm using, this is 1 cup or 8 ounces of half butter and half vegetable oil. I'm going to add all of it. At this point, the mixture may look curdled, but don't get afraid. You have not ruined your batter for the applesauce bread. So we will just beat it for 2 minutes before dumping it the flour and all the dry ingredients with it. We just beat it up for a minute and now adding this flour. I forgot to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, so here it is. So once everything is mixed together, I have greased my pans. So here 2 of our pans are ready. Adding some of the chopped walnuts just in 1 loaf pan. So I have placed both of these pans in the oven for an hour, around 60 minutes, or until they are nicely golden brown and firm in the center. The oven is preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So see you guys in an hour. So dear friends, have a look. Exactly in 55 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, these two beautiful loaves of applesauce breads are ready. And have a look. Let's check this out with a toothpick. It comes out clean. Similarly, it comes out clean. They are ready. I will leave them in their pan for 5 minutes before putting them on a wire rack and letting them cool down before eating them or serving them to my family. I hope you all have enjoyed this recipe. If there is any confusion, I'll be writing down the recipe in the description box. And subscribe to my channel yet, please do so. Share this recipe with your family and friends. Bake it and enjoy it. And it's for all the apple picking lovers and the kids who have done apple picking. Please enjoy this recipe. Till next time, take care. Goodbye.